Hey guys, it's Corey from Corey's Survival. Today I'm going to be talking about another tag that I got tagged in. This is actually part 2 to the Serious 6 Questions tag. I got tagged by Budget Outdoors and Survival. He's a really good friend of mine. And I do recommend you guys checking out his channel. He's got great content. Yeah, I just got done watching a video about one of his shelter got kind of destroyed and people stole his tarps and some of the stuff to a shelter, which is kind of crappy, but I don't know why people do the things they do. But this tag is going to be kind of talk about people in a kind of a sort of a sense, and how I kind of feel about it. It's also got a few other questions regarding me and my family and that sort of thing. So hope you guys enjoy this tag. Alright guys, so for question 1, it says, have I tried to get my family, friends, neighbors on board for prepping for an SHTF situation? And what was their response? I have gotten my family, not really on board, but taught them more the knowledge of SHTF and prepping in general. Their mindsets aren't really set for that type of thing though. They're more set for in the now. But they do have the knowledge and the mindset of, if that does happen, we know what to do. We do have a family plan of going up into the Black Hills, and that sort of thing. We've got such a plan ahead of us. The response, there isn't really much of a response. That I pretty much told you the response from my family. That's their mindset's in the now. Friends, I'm kind of a loner. I've only got really one best friend. I've got 2 friends, but one's really far away. We really don't talk much and whatnot. But I've got a really good friend that I see quite often. His name's Jacob. You guys know him. He's in a lot of my live streams, a lot of my videos. I've told him about it, but he's really busy with school and that type of thing. His mindset's also set in the now and not set ahead for the prepping type of situation. The response, as I said, pretty much same idea. Neighbors, we don't know any of our neighbors, so that would be an obvious, we wouldn't know their response. We've never tried talking to them or anything like that, so we don't have any really need to talk to them. We've had bad experiences in the past talking to old neighbors, especially from the renting agencies we've been renting from lately. That kind of wraps up question 1 there, and we will move on to question 2. Okay, so for question 2, it says, your family, friends, neighbors didn't prep for something, and for an SHTF situation, and suddenly want to join your group or your journey. How do you determine if and or who joins? Family and friends are automatic. They're in, no matter what. They're people I trust, and they're also people that I love. Neighbors, on the other hand, it's gonna be different. Same with acquaintances. They're gonna have to earn my trust. They're actually gonna have to, I'm gonna have to figure out the type of person they are, depending on the time and circumstances. If it's the start of an SHTF situation, nobody's getting in my way. I'm gonna make sure I'm getting to my destination safe and sound, and that the plan that my family has set is gonna go through perfectly. It may not be as perfect because of the amount of chaos going on in the time frame, but we're gonna try and make it happen. Now, for further down the road, years or months, when we're actually settled in and we're in a certain area, and someone happens to stumble by, obviously we're probably gonna take them captive. I'm gonna do like more of a sit down man to man or man to woman, talk to talk, or talk to figure out the type of person they are, ask them a few questions. It's gonna be kind of like an interrogation, but it's not a violent interrogation. I'm not a violent person, not unless you intend to harm or steal or just in general do bad things to my family and friends. So yeah, that's what I pretty much have to say about question 2. For question 3, it says, if others don't pull their weight when they join, what do you do? This one's kind of set up like a multiple choice. I'm going to say C, other. I think a majority of people would pick C because A and B are kind of pretty blunt. A is allow them to stay and deal with it, or B, put them out / banish. C, I'm just gonna say C because and just leave A and B out. I'm just gonna make up my own thing here. If someone doesn't pull their own weight, now if it's family or friends are an exception from family. They're like a step below family because family always comes first. But then again, I have also had family rip me off before, and it's not great. So it's kind of a tricky circumstance when it comes to the family part of it, if you get what I mean. But when it comes to friends or neighbors or others who just decide to join, I'm a manager at my job, so I have to sit down and work problems out and actually have the patience to actually try and show somebody how to do something. And if they don't get it the first time, then maybe my training wasn't right. Then obviously if it's like months down the road and they're still messing up, but I'm pretty sure they're just incapable. Either they're very incapable and they're not medically diagnosed with a certain problem they've got, or they are not trying and they just get a write up. That they'll just end up losing their job sooner or later. So kind of co-working with that, in an SHTF situation, I would pretty much sit them down, talk with them, and be like, hey, this is what's gonna happen. The only thing is you're only getting one strike. If you go over that strike, because I'm only giving you one chance. If you go over that one chance, I'm probably gonna banish you. I would choose banishing over anything, but then again, banishing is something tricky because they could go and find another group. They know exactly where all of our stash is, all of our supplies are, and they would come back and seek revenge if they feel so, and that type of thing. So it's a very tricky situation. Either that, I could even build a prison. It's not even that hard to lock somebody up and keep them tied up. So that could be a thing, is just sentence them. So that's my mindset on question 3. Question 4, this one's gonna be pretty quick. It says, what do you do if you run out of food in an SHTF situation? The area and the place I will be in, there's gonna be an abundance of food. There's plenty of wildlife like deer, rabbits, raccoons, there's coyotes, even though coyotes wouldn't be that great of an idea to eat because they do carry the bubonic plague. A lot of them do, because like a lot of rodents do as well, and they eat the rodents, so it just transfers through them. I'm trying to think, what else would there be?
Each other.
No, we're not eating each other. There's plenty of birds, fowl, like we have a lot of grouse and pheasants here. Plenty of Canadian geese, a lot of ducks. So there's a big abundance of food. Don't forget the trout and fish. Like I'm such a great fisherman, so there would be such an abundance of food that it's no joke. That and the area we are in is great for farming, especially since there is a greenhouse up there that I know of. Or I remember there being a greenhouse up there. My grandma says there's a greenhouse, but I remember there being a greenhouse. But yeah, that's what I would say about fours. I don't think we would really have much of a problem with running out of food, not unless there was a sudden famine. Then there would be a problem. Then we would probably have to go and scavenge for it, which wouldn't be very great, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Then you eat people.
Maybe. Okay, so question 5, it says, what's your greatest fear for you and your family? Gangs, marauders, cannibals. Honestly, the area we are going to be at, it's so far out of town that I don't think we'll have any of those there. That there's only one way in and one way out of the property. There is a back road that comes in, but the only way you can really go by that is hiking, or mainly hiking, because the trail gets really rutty. It used to be a 4-wheeling trail, but nobody really takes care of it. You probably could take a 4-wheeler or ATV back there, but other than that, you gotta hike it, and it's a far hike. But other than that, there's only one way in to the property and one way out, so we're pretty protected. Other than that, greatest fear, honestly, would probably be just trying to make enough food to last throughout the winter. I think that would be our greatest fear. We've got plenty of water. Like, honestly, we don't even have to leave for water. There's a constant running natural spring that comes through the property, and it's never run dry. If it did end up running dry, there are plenty of lakes and natural streams that run through the area. So in this last question here, I'm only gonna answer this question if like the circumstances were the way it's worded. I didn't really like how it was worded. I would only really worry about this question if I had no family, friends, like if they all died right when the SHTF situation happened and I was the only one left standing. It says, do you join a gang or fend for yourself? I would fend for myself. That's what I would do. Joining a gang, it's too messed up, especially since you have to respond to a certain person who's in charge. Not only that, but you don't know how messed up that person is, especially during the SHTF situation that's going on or taking place. Fending for myself, there's just a better opportunity with that path than going with a group of sorts, depending on whether or not that group is good or bad. But I don't like dealing with people that much, even though I work in an environment where I do deal with people. I'm not a fan, even though it does pay the bills. I'm going to go ahead and tag 2 people that I tagged in my last tag, the Series 6 questions tag. If you guys didn't watch that one, go ahead and go back and watch that. It's a really great, serious topic to be talking about. This is part 2, so I'm going to be tagging Brayman Outdoors and Budget Bushcraft, also known as BK. Budget Outdoors is survival. Also tagged BK, but I didn't realize he had tagged him until I had already tagged him. So he got double tagged. He needs to do it now. So I expect to see that here pretty soon. Grayman, I loved the response that you had for the Series 6 questions, and I can't wait to see what you've got for the Use in Yours tag. Definitely great response for that. If you guys enjoyed this topic or this type of stuffs, go ahead and leave a like down below. I do a lot of things like SHTF prepping, talking about SHTF situations, fishing, hiking, camping, backpacking, that sort of thing. That's just what I love to do. If you guys are into that type of thing, go and hit that subscribe button and leave a comment. I love to hear from you guys. You guys are a great bunch of people. You guys motivate me all the time to keep pushing out these videos, and I'm loving it. It's fun, very fun. So, as always, keep living, keep fishing, and I will see you guys in the next video.